It's beginning to look a lot like headlines. Happy December 1st to everyone who follows the good old Gregorian calendar. To you Julian calendar stands, though, happy boring old November 18th. I'm your host, Andrew, and this is Crypto Espresso, your teeny tiny daily shot of caffeinated crypto headlines. Only 3 stories today, so we'll be filling those gaps in with textured soy protein. First up, Sam Bankman-Fried refuses to take my free legal advice to shoosh since he faced a grilling at the New York Times Dealbook Summit on Wednesday. The embattled FTX founder said he didn't want to think about the prospect of jail time after the exchange collapsed. He denied ever trying to commit fraud and insisted that he hasn't hidden his funds away. And after Forbes estimated that his net worth peaked at over $25 billion last year, the 30-year-old said his wealth is now close to zero, and he has $100,000 in his bank account and just one working credit card. Of course, SBF playing his tiny little violin will be of little comfort to those thousands of people who remain locked out of their savings. Elsewhere, he claimed FTX's US arm is fully solvent, meaning withdrawals could be opened up today and everybody could be made whole. SBF says a lot of things though, so I suggest taking that with a pretty big grain of salt. SBF's interview, performed virtually from the Bahamas, lasted about an hour overall. He admitted that he failed in his duty to stakeholders, customers, and creditors, and said that he could have been more aware of what was going down at Alameda Research. But the embattled entrepreneur pushed back on reports of drug-fueled nights at the Bahamian penthouse where he and a number of his colleagues lived, saying, "When we had parties, we played board games, and 20% of the people would have 3/4 of a beer each, or something like that. And the rest of us would not drink anything. I didn't see any illegal drug use around me, at the office, at these parties." And finally, in a continuing stream of crypto company cutbacks, Kraken has become the latest to announce a large round of layoffs as the entire industry's year-long bear market deepens. The San Francisco-based exchange said it was cutting 1,100 staff members, rolling headcount back to where it was 12 months ago as it takes steps to weather the crypto winter. Jesse Powell, who will soon step down as Kraken CEO, said gloomy economic conditions have resulted in significantly lower trading volumes and fewer client signups. He also suggested the demise of FTX has diminished near-term optimism about a crypto rebound. As recently as June, Powell has insisted that Kraken was on a hiring spree rather than a firing one, with plans to add 500 staff as others cut back. And if you, dear viewer, are looking for a spree of your own, why not go on a spree to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and click on that little bell icon to get buzzed whenever a new Crypto Espresso video goes live. If you do these individual things more than once though, just try to do it an odd number of times, okay? And how did you like today's episode? Sound off in those comments below because I read them and I love to hear from our viewers. Hey, you might even get a shout out in a future episode. Questions about our headlines or crypto in general? Ask Alex in that description below. Alex is a great resource for all things Web3 and the metaverse, and that about does it for today. Again, I've been your host, Andrew. These have been your headlines, and we'll see all of your beautiful faces tomorrow.